Tesla stock closed the trading day up about 0.5%. At one point, Tesla was hitting $238.75. You were up about 1.5%. There's a reason for this. There's some breaking news that you need to know today as a Tesla stock investor. And we're going to get into that and much more here in this video. We're going to look at the option activity for Tesla. We're going to look at the technicals as well as what happened today in our markets that is somewhat encouraging for the aspect of a soft landing. We have a lot to get into in a very short amount of time. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel because, hey, we're cat sitting at my mom's house and you guys are still tuning in for a video that I am still making. So if you guys would like to spread this information far and wide to as many people as possible, subscribe to the channel, number one, and hit the like button. Those two things help push this video out to an even wider audience. And I know you want to help your fellow Tesla stock investors make more money. So let's go ahead and get started. The biggest news on the day today that really sent Tesla stock up quite a bit is this. An article from Reuters says Tesla is ready to invest up to $2 billion to build an India factory, but with riders. Tesla is ready to invest up to $2 billion to set up a factory in India if the government cuts import duties on its vehicles to 15% for the first 2 years of operations, the Economic Times reported on Friday. Reuters reported in August that India is working on a new EV policy to slash import taxes to as low as 15% compared to the current 100% on cars priced above $40,000. and 70% for the rest in exchange for a commitment to some local manufacturing. The Elon Musk-led electric vehicle EV maker is willing to invest up to $500 million if the government approves the reduced duty for 12,000 vehicles and up to $2 billion if the concession is for 30,000 vehicles, the ET report said, citing unnamed sources. The government is examining the viability of Tesla's proposal to invest $2 billion, but wants to reduce the number of cars imported on a lower duty compared to Tesla's proposal, the Economic Times said. The Indian authorities did not respond to Reuters' request for a comment. Okay, so what I just read might sound a little confusing, but the long story short version is Tesla is going to build a factory in India. Might be a factory to build cars, it might be a factory to manufacture batteries, it could be a mixed use kind of factory. It's unclear, but still a $2 billion investment to allow Tesla to import their vehicles for only a 15% tax rate. Basically free and clear as many vehicles as they possibly can. If that doesn't work, Tesla says, hey, we will invest $500 million, which certainly wouldn't be a factory, in exchange if you allow us to import 12,000 vehicles for 15%. Why Tesla stock actually responded positively to this news today, and this is something we've been covering for a while, this expansion into India is going to be great news. Simply put, you're getting progress, or you're seeing progress in Tesla actually being able to sell their vehicles in India. India is also a very specific market. Your Model 3, your Model Y, certainly your Model S, X, and the Cybertruck, well, they're not going to be the most popular models, I would imagine. Your Model 2 could be a big seller in India, whereas a lot of people are concerned a Model 2 variant could cannibalize the Model 3 in markets like China, in other markets like the US. Tesla doesn't want to sell the Model 2 in those places. The Model 2 would be perfect for India, so it would almost instantly boost Tesla's total addressable market, whereas Tesla products today are not going to be able, to be affordable for a lot of people living in India right now. So I think the markets are also looking at this and saying, hey, this could be a Model 2 facility that Tesla is looking to build in India. That would make a lot of sense. Even Tesla could get into like three-wheelers. Those are the most popular vehicles in India. There could be a whole different side of Tesla's business for emerging markets, like in India, like parts of Africa, parts of South America. That could open up a whole new world of opportunity for Tesla. So it's certainly something to be excited about. And Tesla's stock was in the green today because of just this. And it looks like over $500 million worth of new Tesla Megapacks are spotted at the Lathrop Megafactory today. And there is like 300 of them in total waiting to be shipped out. A $150 million Tesla Megapack battery in Queensland, Australia is about to be turned on. It will be able to power 33,000 homes in the evening peak for 2 hours before needing to recharge. Tesla has very publicly recently said, hey, we're going to take on your legacy utility providers in Australia and create this better alternative. And you continue to see more energy products, more Megapacks in Australia. This could be recurring revenue forever. And Wall Street loves recurring revenue, so this is something to be watching pretty closely also. And we have a 2022 impact report for Tesla Megapack products, and you could see there's a less than 0.001% failure rate. Tesla says safety is always our priority, and we continue to review, test, and update our safety requirements and procedures ahead of industry standards. Failure rates of Tesla energy storage products are extremely low and are lower than serious transformer fires. The risk of battery fires as well as energy infrastructure is never zero. If we account for our energy products since inception, the failure rate in 2022 was less than 0.001%. We expect this number to keep decreasing as we continuously improve our products with over-the-air updates. So even Tesla Megapacks are updated over the air. That's actually insane. The conflict between Swedish unions and Tesla heated up on Friday as a supplier of critical components joined in a sympathy action to get Tesla to sign a collective bargaining agreement for its Swedish workers. As Farsad says, Tesla should leave Sweden. This is nothing short of extortion. I just had the exact same thought before I even read his comment. Sweden's not going to make a big deal for Tesla. It's not going to make or break anything. You're not even going to see the numbers change. Might as well just get out of Sweden if that's what they want. Tesla FSD V12 has reportedly started rolling out to employees with update 2023.38. 0.10. Elon Musk commented and said yes about 2 hours ago. Martin Visha, as you know, he is the head of Tesla Investor Relations, says Christmas has come a month early and reposted Sawyer Merritt's FSD V12 post. This is likely to open the door for FSD entry into China. This can be a big catalyst coming sometime in December or January, as some of the reports are being told. This could have a huge impact on Tesla stock. Tesla stock could easily break into the 300s based on this one catalyst alone. But V12 also opens the door up for a European entry and a licensing deal for FSD. V12 is a fully neural net software. V12 is supposed to be good enough to have a robotaxi system based and operating on V12. We'll see, but what we've heard so far, what we've seen so far, has been pretty dang encouraging. As you can see here, we have a bunch of Model 3 Highlands arriving in Malaysia, and apparently deliveries start next week. Tesla option activity today, pretty dang strong considering it was only a half day. You had 364 orders totaling $1.28 billion with a positive order value of 67%. A total holistic look at the activity today, seeing call volume of 57%, put volume of 43%. So institutions and hedge funds seem like they're a little bit more bullish on Tesla today than even your retail counterparts. Tesla's current short position stands at about $18.13 billion with a free float that is sold short of 2.84%. Let me tell you right now, when we start to get some really good news that we have talked about here in this video, when these things actually materialize, Tesla stock is going to rip. Short sellers are screwed in 2024. We actually did get some good news as well today in regards to a soft landing. This says consumers spent $5.6 billion online on Thanksgiving Day, a jump of 5.5% year over year, according to Adobe Analytics, with some hot items including Barbie items, gaming consoles, Bluetooth speakers, and more, Adobe found. All in all, holiday shoppers are expected to spend 3 to 4% more year over year in November and December, according to the National Retail Federation's forecast. This would be great news. And so far, so good. You want to see the consumer holding up. You want to see the economy avoid a recession as inflation continues to fall. That means your soft landing narrative becomes more likely. And especially as a Tesla stock investor, the one thing, and one thing only, the bears can say at this point is we're going into a recession. Recession's coming. If they are correct on that, and we go into a deep recession, then that's a problem. A slight recession, a negative 0.1 GDP report, negative 0.2 GDP report, a technical recession like that wouldn't be a problem. Tesla would do just fine. And I think we've probably arguably already been in some form of a recession for like 2 years now. Tesla would do fine. But if you were to see a big pullback, Tesla would be in a bit of a pickle. So as rates are way too high, and they should be way lower, you want to see the economy holding up here. That's just the bottom line. If you are a Tesla stock investor, you do not want to see a recession. And so far, so good. 10-year Treasury yields were actually up about 5 basis points today to 4.46%. You're still down a lot from your high of 5%. But even though 10-year Treasury yields were up over 5 basis points today, Tesla stock did very dang well. We do have a new AI investor sentiment survey. It looks like the bulls increased about 2% week over week. For the week ending November 22nd, bulls stand at 45.3%, neutral investors at 31.1%, and bears at 23.6%. Tesla inventory numbers globally continue to show a slight surge again for the Model Y. The Model S and the Model X continue to fall, and the Model 3 is, well, trending lower and has been low for a long time. Google Trends data is showing a downtick in the Model 3, Model Y, and the Cybertruck here today, but overall still well above trends that you've seen for all of last year, so still looking pretty strong overall. And Tesla continues to advertise about 300 different advertisements, most of which for the US, then Europe, and some energy products, clearly for Australia. The percentage of stocks above their 50-day moving average today hit 66.2%. You hit 77% or so back here in July. So I think this suggests we have more room for an upside move, but don't be surprised if the markets do trade sideways here. We do have some earnings coming next week. We'll break down a little bit more in videos over this weekend. I did make a trade on CrowdStrike. If you guys want to see that trade, come get involved in that community with us. I post all of my trades every time I make a trade, whether I'm right or wrong. I provide a reason on why I'm making that trade, what the trade is, what my plan of action is going to be. Is it a YOLO? Is it a specific get in, get out? Is it a flip into earnings? All kinds of different strategies we're doing over there. We would love to have you. We will welcome you with open arms. If you want to be a part of something much bigger than just one person, myself included, you guys make that possible. Link down below in the description of this video. TLT was down 1.18%, again just showing long-term treasury yields were moving higher today. Not a huge deal in the grand scope of things. USO was down 1% in regular trading. Here in after hours, down almost another 1%. Oil continues to get clobbered. This is obviously good for inflation, but if you continue to fall on USO, you start to bring up questions about economic activity. Usually oil is sensitive to how the economy is doing. If the economy is doing well, oil tends to also do well. If the economy does poorly and you head into a recession, people tend to travel less and oil tends to fall. So right now it's fine. It's not really saying we're heading into a recession, but if oil continues to plummet, then you could have a bigger problem on your hands. One of the more encouraging things today as well is the dollar was actually down 1/3 of 1% today. That makes you kind of scratch your head to why long-term treasury yields went higher today. Maybe it's because it was a half-day holiday, kind of a weird day overall. But when the dollar goes lower, it's basically telling you looser Fed policy, right? This is the chart of the dollar since 2021. I mean, take a look. The dollar went straight up. It basically follows Fed policy. As the Fed raises rates, the dollar gets stronger. As the Fed starts to loosen rates and treasuries start to fall, the dollar starts to fall. And you're seeing that quite aggressively here now. If you start to break down even lower, that's great news, especially for multinationals like a Tesla. Think about it like this. If you sell a Tesla for, call it $45,000 in China, well, their currency, the equivalent to $45,000, maybe it's like 350 won or whatever. Well, if you take that and convert it to a strong dollar, even if it's priced at $45,000 over in China, you might only bring home $43,000 because you lost $2,000 because the dollar is stronger, than the currency over in China. Just as a comparable, this goes for an Apple, a Google, any company that does business in foreign currencies gets affected by the dollar. The dollar going down will make Tesla earnings look better. The dollar going higher will hurt Tesla earnings. Gold is really a strange one. Gold was up about 0.5% today. Ever since the Middle East crisis really started to break out, gold has been moving higher. It actually broke down right before that crisis broke out, and now it looks like it wants to break out again, which is very strange considering gold probably shouldn't be doing this. There could be something deeper happening under the surface here with gold. We'll just have to watch this one pretty closely over the next days and coming weeks. As far as Tesla specifically, it looks like you got rejected at that 50-day moving average. That is at $237.20 per share. You got rejected. You did not close above that. You're right under that at $235.30 per share. You're well above your 200-day moving average. I think Tesla is just coiling here and will break out to the upside in the next coming weeks. The RSI at 53.75 supports. You're pretty neutral. You could make a lot larger move higher, and that's what I'm expecting. And the MACD as well. The MACD, the yellow line is 1.5. The signal line is negative 1.3. If that blue line goes positive as well, that's going to be a great sign, and I think Tesla makes the next leg higher off of that. But right now, the MACD does look very, very bullish as well. So that's going to do it for this video. That's all we got for you. It was a short day, so keep this video a little bit on the shorter side as well. I think that makes a lot of sense. Stay tuned to the channel for that video coming out at 9 p.m. tonight. We're going to talk about the Cybertruck delivery event next week, how that could affect Tesla stock, what I personally expect, as well as this V12 FSD situation. Is a licensing deal coming for FSD? If it does, then where will Tesla stock likely go? I think that is very exciting and you do not want to miss it. So in the meantime, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you guys think about this information down below in the comment section, as well as subscribe to the channel if you guys want to help push this video out to as many people as possible. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. My name is Michael Tyler, and I will see you in the next one.